Hi everyone, it's Francis Moment here. I'm once again here to share another presentation on how to save your surplus account in the bank as well as the Nest Fund. So previously I presented a presentation. I made a presentation on um, saving your surplus money in BSP, Kina Bank, Bank of Papua New Guinea, and Nest Fund. Today, I have a great news for you. Nest Fund NCSL just introduced term deposit that it didn't have previously. Now they have the term deposit. So we have BSP with the Plus Saver account, which gives interest about 1% and more as you leave your account with money with the bank, save with the bank. The long-term deposit or term deposit, minimum of 5,000 kina. The starting interest rate is 0.65, and the longer the money remains with the bank, the interest rate increases to 2%. The next bank is Kina Bank. Kina Bank has tomorrow savings account, which I am actually saving with now. It is very effective. It applies 4%. So there are two transactions. First, it applies the 1% and then the 3%. So as you can see, according to the terms and conditions, it will apply another 3% if you didn't remove any money. And if you did deposit, they will apply another 3%. So 1% based on your initial deposit, and if you did a deposit for within the month, they will apply another 3%, a total of 4%. So in the interest transactions, you will see there will be two transactions, the first 1% transaction and another 3% transaction. So if you have any queries, you can see the FAQ here, the frequently asked questions. So there are different, whatever your question is, they'll provide answers here. So just like BSP with Kina Bank for their savings account, saver account, which is BSP Plus Saver, and Kina Bank Kina Tomorrow savings account, they both accounts are linked to your everyday account. So if you want to do transactions or if you want to use the money from your savings, it is clear, no approval required. You can just directly transfer the money from your savings account to your everyday account and use the balance, unlike with long-term deposit. So term deposit for Kina Bank is same minimum requirement of 5,000 Kina for the fixed deposit, 5,000 Kina. With the 5,000 Kina, you get to earn 0.5% up to 1.50%. So BSP save interest percentage is higher than the Kina Bank in terms of term deposit, but in terms of Plus Saver account, the Kina Bank's Tomorrow Savings account applies 4%, which is higher than the Plus Saver BSP, which is about 1%. Moving on to NCSL, it's a great news. We just received that um, NCSL, you save with Nest Fund and also save with NCSL. NCSL applies about 6% to your savings account. But if you have surplus account, money somewhere and you want to save with NCSL, they have introduced their term deposit. Minimum amount of 5,000 Kina must remain there up until 1 month, and it will apply interest of 1%. So starting interest percentage is 1% and increases to 4%. So the highest interest paid of any financial institution is Nest Fund. So NCSL applies 6% to your general savings, holiday savings, or school fee savings, whatever it is. And for the term deposit, it applies 1 to 4%. So where is the difference? The best savings account is Nest Fund, that is 6%, NCSL 6%. Next is Kina Bank with 4%, and with BSP, that is 1%. Long-term deposit, the best option is NCSL 1 to 4%, then BSP 0.65 to 2%, then Kina Bank from 0.5% to 1.50%. But problem is with the current increase in tax, 45% from 30% usually to 45% according to JMP securities that from exchange. Um, with the JMP securities, they've made an analysis on the impact on the revenue of the two banks, the Kina Bank and the BSP Bank, which we don't know the future of our banking with those institutions, especially with term deposit. Definitely, when you are removing the interest from your term deposit, there will be tax applied. Not because the increase of tax, but it's usually the case where tax is always applied. But with the increase from 30 to 45%, definitely it will affect our savings as well. So when we're removing the tax, we will be taxed. I mean, removing our interest, money that's made because of our savings, a tax for this interest will also increase. So I believe the best option to consider is nest fund, especially that you will not be using that money anytime soon and you really want to save that money and make interest. Go for NCSL. But if you still want your money to be linked to your account, then go for the Plus Saver with BSP and Kina Tomorrow. But Kina Tomorrow is the best option than the Plus Saver in terms of your money linked, your savings linked to your everyday account. But if you want to long-term deposit, go for Nest Fund NCSL, 1 to 4%, then Kina BSP from 0.65 to 2%, and last option is Kina Bank from 0.50% to 1.50%. However, those figures are not fixed, right? With the increase of tax, like I mentioned, they will continue to change next year by January and onwards. When this tax comes into effect, definitely there will be changes to the interest percentages, especially for the banks. The Nest Fund, I believe, will not be impacted by this change. So yes, there are a lot of sources that confirm that NSSL has introduced the long-term deposit and lease into this
Aspiring
news.
to be the
Thank you.
best e-banking service in PNG, NASFund Contribution Savings and Loan Society has announced the launch of its term deposit product offering. The new product expands the range of savings products NCSL offers to its 148,000 contributors. Chief Executive Officer for NCSL Vari Lahui said members who have surplus funds sitting in their accounts can opt to invest these monies in a term deposit and earn a much better return at a competitive interest rate.
We'd be looking at a minimum deposit of 5,000 for a minimum period of 30 days. NCSL has provided really good returns on our deposit products. And so we would like to think that the launch of the term deposit product today will enable us to provide even greater returns to our members.
Interest accrued from term deposits can increase a member's eligibility to obtain higher ratio SME loans and purchase other assets like motor vehicle.
The whole idea behind the launch of the term deposit product is to enable our valued members right across the country to have another product that they can put aside their surplus funds in and generate higher returns on their funds.
He added that as part of NCSL's product campaign, they will be directly reaching out to its eligible members through digital platforms to participate. Meantime, Lahui confidently spoke of NCSL introducing the interest-bearing savings account at its 7th annual general meeting held in May this year, and was pleased that the approval had been granted by the regulator, the Bank of PNG. Jasmine Nehru, TV1 News.
Thanks for watching TV1 News. Please like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification bell to stay up to date with the latest news.